Let's get real about this. Family can be your greatest blessing, but it can also be your heaviest burden. For me, it feels like I'm living under the weight of a contract I never signed. My parents and older brother have expectations that seem to have no end. It's a constant pressure cooker, and the steam is starting to blow the lid off my own life and marriage. We're talking about a deep-seated dynamic, one where my role was decided for me long before I had a say. It's this unspoken agreement that I will always be the one to step up, to sacrifice, to put their needs before my own. This isn't just about helping out. It's about a fundamental misunderstanding of boundaries and respect. You see, in some families, love gets tangled up with obligation. It's not a clean, simple emotion. It's messy. My parents, from a very traditional background, view the family as a single unit. That sounds nice, right? But what it really means is that the individual's needs, my needs, often get lost in the shuffle. They believe the younger child should carry the load for the parents, and that the older sibling should be free to live his life. This belief system has created a very real and painful imbalance. My wife sees it, she feels it, and it's causing a rift between us because she's watching her husband slowly disappear under the strain of it all. The core of this problem is a complete lack of boundaries. When I try to set a limit, it's not seen as a healthy act of self-preservation. Instead, it's interpreted as selfishness. It's seen as me being disrespectful or ungrateful. They'll say things like, "After all we've done for you," which is a classic guilt trip. It's a powerful tool designed to pull me right back into line. This emotional manipulation makes it incredibly difficult to stand firm. It's a cycle of pressure, guilt, and resentment that has been spinning for years, and frankly, I'm getting tired of the ride. I'm at a point where I have to ask myself, where does my duty to them end and my duty to my own family begin? This whole situation is not just stressful. It's unsustainable. You cannot pour from an empty cup. I'm giving so much of my time, my energy, and my money to my family of origin that I have less and less to give to my wife and to myself. The peace in my own home is being sacrificed at the altar of their expectations. It's a quiet crisis, one that doesn't make a lot of noise outside our walls, but inside, it's a constant storm. The unspoken rules of my family are threatening to tear down the life I have worked so hard to build with my partner, and something has got to give before it all comes crashing down. My personal sacrifices started a long time ago. I had dreams of finishing college and building a career based on my passions. But life had other plans, or rather, my family's needs dictated a different path for me. When financial trouble hit them, I was the one who stepped up. I dropped out of school to get a full-time job, not because I wanted to, but because I felt I had to. The unspoken expectation was clear. My ambitions were secondary to the immediate needs of the family. I became the financial safety net, the reliable son, while my older brother was free to pursue his own life without the same level of responsibility. This wasn't a one-time thing. It became a pattern. Every financial emergency, every unexpected bill, it all landed on my shoulders. I took on the role of the provider for my parents, ensuring they had what they needed. I never complained. I thought I was doing the right thing, being a good son. But what I was actually doing was setting a precedent. I was teaching them that I would always be there to fix things, to pay for things. I put my own financial future on the back burner, delaying my ability to save, to invest, and to build a secure life for myself and eventually for my wife. Now let's talk about my brother. He's the older one, but the responsibilities have been completely flipped. He was encouraged to build his own life, and he did. He has his own family and his own priorities, and taking care of our parents isn't one of them. The expectation for him to contribute, either financially or with his time, is practically zero. When I bring it up, my parents get defensive. They make excuses for him. They say he has his own family to worry about. But what about my family? Doesn't my marriage, my future, matter just as much? This double standard is a huge source of resentment and conflict. The financial strain is one thing, but the emotional cost is so much higher. Every time I write a check or hand over cash, it feels like I'm paying to maintain a fragile peace. But it's a fake peace. The underlying issues don't go away. The money is just a bandage on a much deeper wound. It creates a dynamic where my worth feels tied to my wallet. It's a heavy, soul-crushing burden to carry. I'm not just supporting my parents. I'm enabling a system that is fundamentally unfair and is draining the life out of my own marriage. Money can pay the bills, but it can't buy fairness or fix a broken family dynamic. The tension really ramped up when I got married. My wife is a strong, independent woman who comes from a very different family background. She doesn't understand this unspoken code of absolute sacrifice. She sees me being taken for granted, and it hurts her. My parents, on the other hand, see her as an outsider who is trying to pull me away from my duties. They have traditional ideas about marriage and family. They believe a wife should support her husband's family without question. They expect us to have children on their timeline, not ours, as if grandchildren are another box for us to check off for them. This clash of values creates a constant battleground in my life. I am stuck in the middle, trying to be a good husband and a good son, but feeling like I'm failing at both. My wife wants to build a life with me, a life based on our shared goals and dreams. My parents want me to continue playing the role I've always played in their life, with my wife simply being an add-on. They don't see us as a new primary family unit. They see us as an extension of their own. This fundamental difference in perspective is the source of endless arguments and heartache. I'm constantly translating between two different worlds. The pressure to have children is immense. It's not a gentle suggestion. It's a constant question, a heavy expectation. To them, it's the natural next step, the thing we are supposed to do to carry on the family name and give them grandchildren. But for my wife and me, it's a decision we want to make when we are ready, emotionally and financially. With the constant financial drain from my family, how can we even think about bringing a child into this world? Their pressure ignores our reality. It's another example of them putting their desires ahead of our well-being, and it makes my wife feel like her only value is as a mother to their grandchildren. Maintaining respect while trying to set boundaries feels impossible. When I try to explain our point of view, to share our truth, it's brushed aside as modern nonsense. They hold on to tradition like a shield. They believe their way is the right way, and any deviation is a sign of disrespect. But what about the disrespect they show my wife? What about the disrespect they show our marriage by constantly interfering and making demands? It's a one-way street. I am expected to respect their traditions, but they are not expected to respect our choices. This is not a healthy or loving dynamic. It's a power struggle, and it's slowly eroding the foundation of my marriage. Let's be clear. Money is not the solution here. I've thrown money at the problem for years, and it has solved nothing. In fact, it might have made things worse. It created a dependency and reinforced the idea that my role is to be the family ATM. The real issue is emotional. It's about respect, boundaries, and fairness. No amount of money can buy my parents' understanding. It can't make my brother take on his fair share of responsibility. Most importantly, it cannot heal the wounds that this constant stress is inflicting on my marriage. My wife feels like she's in a constant competition with my family, a competition she can never win. A house divided against itself cannot stand, and right now my loyalty is being torn in two. My wife deserves a husband who is fully present, a partner who puts her and their life together first. But my family's expectations pull me away, draining my energy and my spirit. It's a constant tug of war, and I'm the rope. The stress is bleeding into every corner of our life together. Conversations become tense, the future feels uncertain, and the joy we should be building together is being overshadowed by resentment. I can see the toll it's taking on my wife, and it breaks my heart. She married me, not my family's problems. The challenge now is figuring out how to navigate this mess. How do I honor my parents and still protect my marriage? How do I set firm, healthy boundaries without being consumed by guilt or starting an all-out family war? I need to find a way to redefine my role. I am a son, yes, but I am also a husband, and that role has to be my priority. It's about shifting from a child's sense of duty to an adult sense of responsibility for the family I have chosen to create. This is a difficult, painful process, and it's one I know I can't go through alone. So I'm turning to you. I'm putting this out there because I know I can't be the only one struggling with this. How do you handle family pressure that threatens to destroy your peace? How do you make your parents understand that your marriage has to come first without severing ties completely? What are the strategies for dealing with an uneven distribution of family responsibility between siblings? I'm at a crossroads, and I need a new playbook. I'm ready to fight for my marriage, but I need some advice on how to win this battle without losing my entire family in the process. What's your advice?